Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are live at Energy Work Studios. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Weather was a little iffy up and down, but for the most part, it wasn't bad. I got out a little bit this weekend, went out with some friends. Excuse me, I did something really fun this weekend. Did some motorcycle riding just to be out in the weather, have the air, wind blowing in your face, blowing in your hair. It was so nice. Drove up the coast, just rode around the beach. Just such a delight. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, anyway, as we begin today, let me see if I can see who's here. Hang on a second. Just give me a minute. Let me get everything set up. I like to get in a little bit early now because I've been getting in here late and I don't like doing that. So I'm here a little bit early today. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I know I got to change a few things on this when we go live. So let's see, what do we have? Well, it's not saying anything, so hmm. Hmm. Okay. I'm not really sure what happened here, so let me just switch over a little bit here. I'm here early on purpose. Let's see what we got. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got here. Doesn't ask for anything there. Ability is public, okay. Mm. Okay, I think we have a couple more minutes before people start to show up. I'm just here hanging out, waiting for people to step in. Okay. And let's see. I think that's everything. Okay. Yeah. Looking for something in particular before we get started. Can leave me a post if you're here, just to acknowledge that you're here with me. Okay. Let's see what we got. I think we're in here. This is why I like to come in early. People aren't waiting. Lately, I haven't been able to do that, but this has been good. Okay. Thank you. And let's see. See if it went through. All right. All right, everyone. I'm here. I've been noticing that it hasn't been coming through as public. It's been coming through as private, and I couldn't figure out why that was doing that. So I'm here as public. All right. I think that's everything. Yep. All right, so as we begin, lovingly, welcome back, welcome aboard, hello, hello. All right, so what I wanted to go over with you today, since it is public, let me just make sure it is on here too. Let's see, no, chat, hang on. And I think that's it. Back to this. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, everything seems to be set up. So if anybody wants to leave me a message, let me know you're here. What we're going to talk about today is how this got started. You know, Dr. Bradley Nelson is the founder of this work, the Emotion Code, Body Code. But let me just go over a little bit with you, just to give you an indication of who I am. And if for any of the people that are new and haven't been here before, I'll just give you a little background. You know, I've been an energy practitioner for many, many years, 25 plus years, and I've been involved in all different types of energy medicine. And now I'm working with the Emotion Code, Body Code, which I've just fell in love with. It's just really opened up my consciousness to so much more, that I'm doing a whole lot more. I'm clairaudient, and my spirit team has always spoken to me for years and years and years. I mean, I've been doing this work since the 90s, and it's just getting more strong. There's more strength there. You know, there's more coming through. I'm not a channeler, but I do hear my spirit team. And I wrote a book 4 years ago, 5 years ago, A Change in Perception. And the book was primarily all about me asking questions to my spirit team and them answering. That's pretty much what the book is all about. Questions and answers back and forth. So it's very fun doing that. And had never written a book before. So when they told me I was going to be writing a book, it took several months to really wrap my mind around that and get on board, because I just, quite frankly, sorry to say this, I didn't believe it. It takes us a while. You know, we are in physical form. And unfortunately, it takes us time to grasp things, to really understand it. So when it did come about, I was shocked, happily shocked, and very thrilled to be writing the book. So there's lots of information in here about other modalities I've worked with through the years, what the different things that I've done, 24 crystal bowls, Melchizedek work, pictures in here even of orbs. If you're interested, you can go to my website and you can read an excerpt from this. Just go to the top of the website and click on about, and a window will open and it's going to give you like 3 or 4 icons. Click on my book. You can go in and read an excerpt from this if you're interested. So we'll just give you a little insight about who I am and what I'm about. But the Emotion Code, Body Code, it's a simple process, and it's using applied kinesiology, muscle testing. It's amazing. And I teach this monthly for people that are interested in learning how to do this. And you can test your food and things that you're purchasing, shampoos, conditioners, whatever, deodorants. And you can see if this particular product is in your highest good and benefit, if it resonates with your frequency. Is this good for your system? So it's wonderful. So it's applied kinesiology, muscle testing, and we use magnets. Now, you can use a magnet, or you can use just a cheap one off of a refrigerator. This is just a cheapy one off a refrigerator. But you can also just use your fingertips if you like, because our fingertips are magnetized. So you don't have to use a magnet if you don't want. So I stopped using magnets a long time ago. But it's designed to help alleviate physical and emotional wounds by identifying and correcting the root cause of them. So I work with people and animals remotely, okay? And anytime someone has an emotional experience in life, if these emotions don't have an opportunity to be fully processed, if they were too difficult, too challenging, and you just couldn't process them, then they become trapped in the body. 95% of people that I've worked with and animals, because I work with both, their physical and emotional pain is due to emotional or physical trauma that couldn't be processed. So the energy of the emotion remains stuck in the body until we can release it. And it causes inflammation, physical pain, congestion, recurring emotional distress, depression, anxiety, and so many other things. It's crazy. Honestly, it sounds so almost quackery. It's not. It's for real. I've helped so many people. You can go to my website, energyworkstudio.com, and you can click on the testimonials page. I've got testimonials there from people I've worked on, animals I've worked on, just to give you an indication how this works. Now, I work globally. I work around the globe. So I've worked on people in California. I'm based right now in New England, but I'm looking to go west for the winter months and get out of the cold. But I've worked in people in California, Colorado, Florida, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, uh, Spain, Hong Kong. I can't even think of all the places. I mean, Australia. I've worked on people from all over. So you don't have to come to an office. This is quantum physics. You're just moving energy from one place to another. That's all we're doing. And we're releasing stuck, trapped energy out of the body, literally extracting it from your body. So it's amazing work. So everything is energy and has a vibration to it. This includes your organs and your glands and emotions. They have a frequency. Like I said, everything has a vibration to it. So some vibrations that we attract are lower in frequency than our organs and glands, and it causes them to weaken. And then they work less efficiently. And then at that point, this can bring on issues like liver and heart disease, stomach ulcers, hernias, kidney stones, cancer, diverticulitis, gallbladder, thyroid issue, knees and hips, lots of pain there. Lots of people have lots of pain there. And in some cases, the need for replacements is necessary because they just completely wore out. They just can't work anymore, like thyroids, knees, gallbladders, hips. So I work with both, again, people and animals across the globe remotely, okay? And I've had great success with that, great success with that. And the reason for that is the analytical ego mind sleeps. The nervous system rests, doesn't go crazy, doesn't start to create a lot of static. Because when the mind is starting to think too much, analyze every little thing, it creates a lot of static. And then the nervous system starts to get kind of wonky. So everything is quiet and relaxed. And I found that this work goes deep into the body, much deeper than other modalities I've worked with. And it works as an assist for your body to heal itself. So it's not like we're doing it all. This modality helps your body heal itself. So it's incredible. It also releases inherited trapped emotions that are not your own, but you picked up. They were passed on to you from your parents, one or the other, never from both, but from one or the other parent. And then we just go back in generation, ancestral, and find out where the original started. Could go 200, 300, I've gone back as far as 700 years. What we're doing is we're releasing it from that individual. Of course, they've crossed over. We're still releasing from that individual that started that ball rolling because it's energy. It's just energy. When we leave here and we cross over and we die and go to the other side, we're just energy. And that's what we're working with. So we can still clear the energy field. So we clear them and all of the ancestors up to present day, including any children that they pass them on to. And it works with circuitry systems, chakras, acupuncture meridians, energy circuits of the organs and glands. I know it sounds like a house or a building, but no, we're all energy. That's what we are. We're pure energy. And we run on circuits. and we can have a malfunction there. So sometimes we have to work in a certain order as the body isn't always ready for clearing a specific area. So until some balancing is done elsewhere in the system, it's so deep-seated. Unless we do work in other parts of the system, we can't release everything, because we do need to do work in other places, because it just won't let go. It's too deep. So take some time, go to my homepage if you're interested in this. Go to my website, energyworkstudio.com. You can watch the educational video that I put up on the homepage. It's called Fundamentals of the Emotion Code. It's only about 20-25 minutes long, but it's going to give you a demonstration and a discussion about it. It's going to show you the charts that I use. And this is the emotion code chart. It's going to show you the chart and how I use it. Explains how I use it. It also gives you a little history and background about myself as well in the book that I wrote. You can also go to my YouTube channel right now. There's plenty of other live YouTube educational videos that I've put up. You can also go there and watch some of those. So click on that once in a while. Just click on live. If you're here now, just go to live in community and you'll see them. And also, before you leave today, click subscribe so that when I am going live, you'll be notified. Okay? So, and I'm usually here every Tuesday, live, 12 noon, Eastern Standard Time. And I'm just doing free samples for anybody that's having pain or they're interested in having some work done for themselves. And they just want to see what this is all about. Step up. All right, so I'm going to leave you with this, and I'll give you some information on kinesiology. Now, there's a difference between allopathic medicine and energy medicine. Allopathic medicine is a system where the medical doctors and other healthcare professionals like nurses, pharmacists, healthcare practitioners, therapists, these are people that treat symptoms and disease using drugs, radiation, and surgery. So they're just treating the symptom. They're not treating anything else. They're not going beneath that to find out why you have that. Energy medicine, it's a system where the practitioner actually searches for the root cause of why an individual is having an issue. It identifies and corrects it. And then it goes to, by going to the root, it actually finds that emotional or physical issue in the person or animal, either one. And then we literally extract it from the body. It's just a frequency, again, it's just an energy. We can release that. So we are extracting it from your system just to give you some relief. So that's pretty much the basics. But let me see if I can give you a little insight about what trapped emotions are all about. Okay, so trapped emotions, as we begin, negative emotions are vibrational frequencies that are generated by organs and glands. Now you saw in this chart, to one side, there's organs and glands right here. There's 6 rows. And these are the organs and glands that actually generate these emotions to come into your body. They're generating them. So that's what that means. Negative emotions and vibrational frequencies that are generated by organs and glands. They're in response to stress. That's what's happening to the organ or the gland. It's stressed from the experience or a negative thought or an imbalance in the body somewhere. So it's stressed. 2, negative emotions are generally influenced by what's happening in the moment, often in addition to trapped emotions and other imbalances that are already present. All right. An emotion, let's see if I can move that, an emotion can become trapped if it's overwhelming in some way. And who hasn't had that? Or if the normal emotional process gets interrupted somehow, you know, the creating or the experiencing and the letting go. A trapped emotion is a ball of vibrating energy, and it's about the size of your fist, you know. So, and I give this analogy often because I moved this year myself in June, and during the course of that week, I thought I wrenched my knee. I thought I did something really bad to the knee, meniscus or something. By the end of the week, by the end of the move, I was in so much pain. I thought, oh my God, what the heck did I do to myself? I was almost in tears. So I sat down by the end of the week. I just sat down one night and I just tuned into my subconscious and what the heck did I do? What is going on here? Is there an underlying root issue? I used muscle testing. This is how I use muscle testing myself. There's several different processes you can use, and I teach, I think, 4 or 5 different hand positions. The hand position I use is this. It's a ring walk. So this is a yes. This is a no. Now, if you go to chiropractors or nutritionists, oftentimes they're using the person's arm. This is a yes. This is a no. When they ask questions of the subconscious, just like I'm doing, this is a yes answer. Okay, so the arm will stay right here. I may move over here a little bit. Okay, and then if they get a no answer, it just can't hold it, it drops. Same thing with this. This is a yes, solid. It's not moving. This is a no. Can't hold it. Okay? So when I'm doing muscle testing, I lost my train of thought here. It's the size of a fist. That's right. And I was talking about my knee. So I was doing muscle testing on myself that night. And I said, is there an underlying root issue going on that I did something to my knee that we need to look into, that we need to rectify here? I got a big fat no. And I'm like, oh man, what now? Okay, so is it trapped emotion that's surfacing, that's trapped here, that's trying to come out? I got a big fat yes. Boom, boom. So oftentimes, for lack of a better explanation, it's just simply trapped emotion surfacing in your body, creating pain, and it's ready to release. And I say the word surfacing for a reason, because if it's deep-seated, we can't get to it. Like I said earlier, you have to release some other things going on or rebalance something else before we can get to that deep-seated jump in the trunk. Okay? So, as we continue, so it's the size of a fist, and what ended up happening is I ended up having 10 trapped emotions at my right knee. That was crazy. Honest to God, I felt like an old person, whether I needed a crutch or a cane or something, a wheelchair. It was awful. I couldn't even walk. I released the 10 trapped emotions, and within the hour or two, I could already feel the pain just doing this. Going away. By the next morning, it was no pain. It was completely gone. So it was awesome. So that's why I say you can work on yourselves with this. Okay, and lastly, trapped emotions can lodge anywhere in your body, as you just saw with the explanation I gave you in my right knee. Anywhere in your body, where they can exert a whole lot of distorting force on the energy field that's around us. Now, we have a field of energy around the heart that's 12 feet wide. We have an aura around the body that's 6 feet wide. We also have the quantum field, much larger, hugely large, gigantic. Use any word you want. I can't get bigger than that. So that's what we're working in, the quantum field. Okay? So it creates a distorting force on the energy field that's around us, which can lead to all kinds of physical and emotional issues: depression, anxiety, neck pain, low back pain, hips, knees, arthritis, and a whole lot more. You know, we can hold as many as 365 trapped emotions in the system at any given time. And that's over and above a heart wall. And I went over a heart wall last segment last week. So if you want some more info on that, please go there. Last week's segment, it was great. I gave you a description of what heart walls are like, how they're created. This is over and above a heart wall. The heart wall is created by your subconscious when you go through something that's really challenging, really difficult in life, when you're a little child or an adult. Most everything we find, I'm telling you right now, most everything that we find is in childhood. Most everything that I find is 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 15, somewhere in there. You can be born with this stuff as well. Something can happen in utero while you're in utero. Your mother is still pregnant. If the mother and father are fighting, if there's emotional turbulence, if they got separated while she was pregnant, divorced, if there's somebody's an alcoholic or drug abuse going on, physical abuse, all of that comes into play as well. And the child absorbs that. So the child can be born with trapped emotions at the get-go. Can also be born and have inherited trapped emotions that are not even our own, but they're one of our parents. Again, I've talked about that earlier. We can release that as well. So there's a lot going on when we start doing this work. It's so intricate and close. It's just crazy. I just love this work. I mean, I've been doing this work for a long time, but when I switched up to this is a big game changer. It really opened up my consciousness exponentially. All right, so let me just talk a little bit about the founder of this, and then if anybody wants to try a sample, jump right in here. Applied Kinesiology. Now, Applied Kinesiology was developed and founded by a Michigan, again, chiropractor. Unbelievable. Dr. Bradley Nelson is a chiropractor. Lots of things, great things come from chiropractors. And the reason I say that is because, when they go to school, they have to have as much medical background and education as a regular MD. It's crazy. So they're quite intelligent. They know a lot about a lot. So this chiropractor was out of Michigan. His name is George Goodhart Jr. And he did this back in 1964. And that's how long kinesiology has been around. It's a popular diagnostic therapeutic system that he taught his chiropractic colleagues. So many of the components in this method were actually developed by serendipity and observation. He discovered that the strength or the weakness of every muscle was connected to the health or lack of health of a specific corresponding organ. So it's pretty interesting. The International College of Applied Kinesiology, that was founded in 1975 to provide instruction on his research. It was great. He was the first chiropractor appointed to the U.S. Olympic Sports Medicine Committee in 1980 for the Lake Placid Games. Pretty interesting. He was also nominated in 1988 for the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That's the highest civilian award bestowed by the president on behalf of the nation. So that was pretty cool. He also was featured in Time Magazine article, A New Breed of Healers. This was back in 2001. So this guy did a lot to help us now, bring us forward, bring our energy field forward, bring in knowledge, help us open our scope, so to speak, open our consciousness. He did a lot. There's so many people that I work around and with that are using kinesiology, muscle testing. One in particular is a wellness center that I work with, Dr. Tony Libro. He's also a chiropractor, but he also does muscle testing and he's a medical intuitive. Something well worth investigating. He's out of Kittery, Maine, and I work closely with him. It's fantastic. And he's been doing this almost as long as Dr. Goodhart was, because he's been doing this now. He's going to be 76 next week. He's been doing this since 1976, long before people were using kinesiology and muscle testing, and before people were doing medical intuitive stuff. It's fantastic. So I work with him. So also, Dr. Goodhart, the founder of this work, has passed away since all of this, though. He passed away in 2008, and he was 89 years old. But he brought a lot to the table. So, I'm grateful to be able to have had this experience. So it's fantastic. So as we continue, let me just see if I can jump in here and see if there's anybody that's interested in this. And then I'll look to see if there's anybody in the chat. All right. All righty. Let's see what we got here. I don't see anybody here. Okay. All right, let me just see if there's anybody here. There was someone. Okay. Great. Nope. All right. Well, that's all right. Might be something that I'm doing also again. All right. Anyway, I mean, it's here. Oh, this now I'm seeing 5. Okay, there's 5 people here. How to do this a little bit better. Okay, so 5. Let me see if I can see. No. Unfortunately, my say something to me because I know there's 5 of you here. Say something to me so I know that you're here, and I'll switch something up here. I don't want it to be hidden, so here we go. Okay, great. Let's see, we're getting something here. Learning all the time. Okay. Okay, so if somebody would kindly say something so I can see this. I'm so sorry for all this craziness. I'm still learning how to get into this. I'm switching up. I'm going to be getting, oh, look at, I turned the camera. Sorry. Just deal with me. I know I'm a silly. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not great with electronics. Yeah, I have somebody that's about to step up and start working with me. So thank God. Can't do everything. Can't do both. All right. Well. All right. I don't see the 5 that were there, but this gives you some insight anyway. Gives you some information about what it is that I'm doing. And then, you can reach out to me, energy4522@gmail.com. If you want a little more information, I can certainly do that. Okay. So let's hope that next week, let's set this intention out, all of us. Next week's going to be better. Next week's going to be better. Each week it gets a little bit better. It'll be clear sailing. All right. So in the meantime, as we continue, I'm going to sign off for now. It's been 30 minutes, and I will be back better than ever next week. In the meantime, I hope that everybody has a great week. Enjoy the sunshine. It is so nice when it's out. I love it. That's just my thing. I just love to be out in the sun. All right, everybody. You take care. I'll see you again next week. Smile. Be happy. Talk to you again. Love and light.